Welcome, friends. Today, we're doing another fragrance live stream. Bananas. We are back, my friends, once again. We are back doing a live stream. Can you Adam and Eve it? How's it going? I am fantastic and doing really smell. How are you? What's up? You okay? I'm just looking at the chat and seeing who's here, seeing who's not here. I'm watching you. I can't access the chat. The phone's being a dick. Everything's kind of fucked. I can't see the chat either because the fucking tripod's over where the fucking chat is, and the chat's not working on the other one. Here's my scent of the day. One of the great fragrances of all time. Paco Rabanne Pour Homme. This is utterly, utterly spectacular. Like, you see on the fucking Fragrantica, right, where it's like, it's like Parfum de Marly Herod's one of the greatest fragrances of all time. Get fucked, you stupid fucking patter. This This is one of the great fragrances of all times, friends. This is Paco Rabanne Pour Homme. Magnificent beast that it is. This isn't even the original or the proper vintage. This is like a 90s, 2000s bottle. And it's fucking gorgeous. Whoa! It's so good. Lavender, rosemary. Just immense. Let's see who is in the chat. Dushan, welcome. Alicia, hello. Chekhov's Gundam, how are you? Saab, how are you doing? Delise, welcome. Thurston Howell, good day. From Miami, cheers. Welcome, Juan Herrera. Scent of the day is Epic Man. Hi, Andy. Please tell me your scent of the day. Please tell me what fragrance you are wearing. What is going on? Dallas is wearing Midnight Patchouli. Moonlight Patchouli. I don't even know what that is. Mindful Awareness is wearing Churgi. Carl Anderson is here, and he wants you to know that he's here. He wants to feel seen, you know? Don't hate Herod, to be honest. I'm a bit sickly, though. It's not great. It's not great. Nick, I sent you about 20 minutes of content, and it was just a stream of consciousness, which a lot of my content is, you know, but that's like private content. That's content for one person. Look at this Alain Delon. Look at this Alain Delon. Sprayed some of this on today. I think I'll be parting with this. It is Alain Delon Classic, and it is a vintage Alain Delon Classic, and it's lovely. It's very lovely. But I don't think I'll be keeping it. The spray is immense, though. Fucking hell. The spray is fantastic. Sprayed it. I was like, wow, that's brilliant. So that was good. Chekhov's Gundam says scent of the day is paradoxically the night. I listened to your message. Yes, you were right about what you said. The vintage bottles of the night are they're so much better than the modern ones. People complain about performance, and I was like, I heard Mo say about the performance not being good. I get it doesn't last 24 hours, definitely not, but I get a good 12 hours out of that shit, maybe more. I'm quite sensitive to fragrances like that. And there's no amber wood in the vintage ones, whereas in the modern ones there is. They at least reduced the quantity of the oud in there, and yeah, they at least reduced it. And when they reduced it, they filled it back out. They packed it, cut it with amberwood. Customers complaining about the cocaine getting cut with amberwood. You know what I mean? Oh, friends, I'm just doing something mental. Please give me a moment. I've got a wax melter, a wax burner, a wax melter, that type of thing. And I just need to clean it out because I've got a candle that's nearly finished. And I just need to take out the wax that's in it, and I need to take out the wax that's in it and put it in the wax burner, and then I need to there it is. I fucking knew that was somewhere. There's some kitchen roll. I don't know if you have kitchen roll where you're from. There's a difference between kitchen roll and toilet roll, isn't there? It's quite strange. I also need to get that off because if I don't, that is just going to get stuck everywhere. Sorry, friends. I should have done this before the stream, or after the stream, to be fair, but I've now noticed there's a pressing issue for me to sort this shit out, like, immediately. So, here we are. Right, what's this? You can just consider this Rich Mitch at home content, you know? Scraping this shit off of the fucking ceramic on the bottom. There we are. Right, so it shouldn't stink that much. Okay, so let's unplug the clock. Let's plug in the wax melter, not the max welter. Oh, what a day. Oh no, it's stuck to the fucking thing now. Sorry, friends. Disaster. Why are you stuck? Stop it. Oh, if you could see what I was doing, you'd laugh. Oh, you would so laugh. Oh, what a tit. What an unmitigated tit end, friends. There we are. You are going in the bin, my friend. You are going in the bin. Okay, so let's see how well that works out for everyone concerned, shall we? Santa Maria Novella candle doesn't come in a jar. It's just a sustained candle by itself, you know? Sorry, friends, that was a nightmare. I'll come back to you in a minute. Whew. Yeah, it doesn't really do much. Sorry, I just had to do that, like. Let us read the chat, shall we? Gucci Envy 2004 version, not for me. Didn't care for Gucci Envy. I thought it was too mild, like. I thought there's better sandalwood fragrances, a lot better sandalwood fragrances actually. In fact, I've just sold one to someone. I've just sold a couple, actually. Where are we? Hey, everybody. Sent of the day, a lot of D&G masculine. I've actually got a bottle of that. I've got a 50ml bottle of that. It's very good. Welcome, Often Licked. Chekhov's Gundam says, I saw man, but could either listen to it or be here with y'all. Well, I'm glad you're here. You can listen to it later. I'd put the kettle on, like, because it's a good old mission. Scent of the night is a ton of Iris Ukiyo-e. It's a ton of Iris Ukiyo-e. Alright. By Jean-Claude Elena. Hermes, you mean? Dallas, thanks for those songs, man. Carl Anderson, can I need to start using my Paco Rabanne Pour Homme this summer? In the summer? In the summer, this is a spring and autumn fragrance for me. Even the winter and the summer, to be fair, you know, I've said, like, you know, incredulously in the summer, but do you know, I'll be really sad when this bottle goes. I've had this for a long time. I haven't actually thrown out any of my empties yet, you know. They're still there. I'm going to do it in a fit of pique one day. I'm just going to be like, oh, fuck it. And they're going to have to go and break the thingy with it. Let's have a look. Sir, I've seen your Hermes pickups, and I want to ask you about Eau de Citron Noir Hermes. Do you have it, and what do you think of it? I did not like Eau de Citron Noir. That is one I stayed away from. I smelled it in the shop a few times when it came out, and I just didn't like it. Not nice for me. Sorry. Often like says, Eau de Citron Noir to me has a nice opener, but dries down too dry, woody, ambery. Dushan says Creed's Cuir de Russie is actually pretty nice. Germs, £5, $5. $5 super chat, $4.99 even. Excuse us whilst we crack. Quack, even. Welcome. Thank you, Germs. Thank you for your $5 super chat. That is very kind. Super chats are now available on the channel. What I've learned recently is that nobody hypes videos. Fragrance Time very kindly hyped a video for us the other day, but nobody hypes videos, which is a shame because you get a big boost when you've hardly got any subscribers. I could be a millionaire if I wasn't so empathetic, says Dallas. I mean, I am willing to accept all the empathy you can afford. You know, I am not too proud. Good Gin says, I bought it and I loved it and wanted to hear expert opinion. Personally, for me, I didn't like it, but you like it and you paid for it and you enjoy it, which is the most important thing. In fact, it's the only thing that matters. Mitra, welcome. How are you? A stuck duck. That's right, I was. Not anymore. I'm free now. Have you got your MDCI sample set yet from Fliss, Rich? No. No, I haven't. No, she hasn't sent it to us yet, which is a shame. She's got a life. I might ask her if she can, though. So, yes, the duck is waxing himself. Yeah, I was trying to de-wax, actually. James is wearing clear musk. A hairless duck. I like ginger and envy. Ready for 5 sprays of Koros on the hairless dome, says Often Licked. Chekhov's Gundam. Thank you very much for £5. A £5 super chat, friends. Thank you very much. Crepuscular salutations, all. I don't know about you, but I feel seen by Papa Mo's video. I wonder if he'd take money to be my life coach. He would absolutely accept your money. I am quite sure that he would accept money. You know, he is young and he needs money, as the young do. He is thirsty to give life advice. I haven't watched the video yet, but I need to. I was having a nap. I managed to get a nap in for like the first time in a few weeks today. I saw my mate yesterday. And he was looking at us and he was like, fucking hell. He was like, have you been drinking? I was like, no. He was like, you been doing anything else? I was like, no. He was like, your eyes look like piss holes in the snow. I was like, fuck it. And I was like, what? He was like, you look fucked. I was like, I am tired now you mention it. And he was like, you look like you're about to like nod off. Like, I was like, fucking hell. And I looked at myself. I was like, oh, I do look a bit stressed. I do look a bit strung out. But, aye, so I managed to get a nap in today and I feel great. I feel much better now. Film you yourself smashing the empties. No, I won't smash them. I don't want to do that. I don't know. I'd probably give them away to somebody, you know, that could use them as like, they could use them as what do you call them? Art. Eugene bought a bottle of that Citron Noir. Yes, but when? I hype duck vids. You are a liar, says Micha. See you later, Dallas. Which one do you think of Beach Hut Man? Nah, not for me, to be fair. Do you have Blood of Chanel EDT, EDP or something? Says Plizik. No. I had the parfum and I sold it. I just don't. If I want the best quality blue type fragrance is Ambra. Oh fuck! Is Ambra Supreme. It's Ambra Supreme by Les Indemodables. It is very expensive, but it contains all the best materials, and it's the ultimate rendition of a blue fragrance. Very marine, very ozonic, it's got like high concentration of real ambergris, and it smells absolutely fucking incredible. And it's the best blue fragrance in the world. If you've never smelled it, when you smell it, you'll know what I mean. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. Chekhov's Gundam says, ooh, Mitrin often like that Dans Le Bleu Qui Petit arrived. It's bloody lovely, just what I wanted. Thanks for the recommendation. Duchamp says, such a beautiful fougere. I love this stuff so much. One of the best fragrances ever. Just a little bit of honey in there, just giving it a little bit of bee. Just a little bit of like bee kind of, you know how that's soft and furry, a little bit warm. Did you tell him it was a symptom of misanthropy? Are you talking to me? I have three bottles of Beach Hut and never want to be without it, says Jacob's Gundam. Good lord. Good evening, Omar. Good evening, Bob. Bob is wearing La Yucca Wham. La Yucca Wham. Glad to hear you like Dans Le Bleu. Welcome, Wally. Yes, red eyes are a symptom of misanthropy. I know what boanthropy is. That's, yes, misanthropy, that's right. I have got that. I've definitely got that, haven't I? Please like the stream, friends. Please like the stream. Tell us what your scent of the day is. I don't think you can hyper stream while it's actually going on, can you? Excuse me. Oh, good lord. Yes, I've got quite a few reviews lined up coming up over the next couple of months, friends. I have got some first impressions stuff that I want to start doing. I need to get into the Santa Maria Novella perfumes that Scent Genie sent me. and I need to do those in a video, the vetiver and the patchouli. I have just finished off the candle she sent me. It was beautiful, very lovely. I'm looking at what I'm going to use next to scent my room. So yes, I mean misanthropy is genetic. If I identify as an identical twin of yours, I have it too. Yes, it's true. It's certainly there. So this is what I wore today. This is Paco Rabanne Pour Homme. This is my late 90s, early 2000s video. This is something that I sampled again today. And this is Alain Delon Classic. And I don't know if you can hear this. That sprayer is fucking incredible. That sprayer is genuinely brilliant. That is right up there with like the Dior's and the Creed fire hose. Oh, it's lavendery. It's clean. It's Alain Delonish. It's a bit more friendly than something like Wild Pour Homme, you know? Wild Pour Homme's a bit more kind of brutish. That's more French. Even though Alain Delon used to slap his women about, the horrible man. That's not great, is it? We don't like that kind of thing. Oh, you can only hype 3 things a week. Seems mean. It is mean. It is mean. But I rarely put out more than 3 videos a week. So who else are you hyping? Hey, stop that. Sleeping time for Dushan. Good night. The Orange Blossom Santa Maria novella is good. I'm a big Orange Blossom fan too. Absolutely lovely. The Les Indomptables Orange Blossom is... It's fucking glorious. Yeah. I bought BHM. I thought BHM was discontinued, channel, but it popped up on Amouage's website last week. What's on the left? It's Alain Delon Classic. It's just called Alain Delon, really. I know there's lavender in it, but I imagine it's quite herbal as well, is it? So let's just have a quick look. Where are we? Go back. I was eyeing up bottles of High Karate today. Alain Delon. It is Alain Delon Classic. Yeah, it is herbal. Lots of juniper and pine. Geranium. It's green. It's clean. That pine really comes through when you know it's there. Honey. Lots of honey as well. But not like the silly uber sweet one that's just like, overly sweet, silly kind of silly sweetness, Not like that. Sounds like the sprayer on my Aramis cologne and the Revlon you smell me cloud machine. That Revlon, because it's a A pressurized sprayer, it's like it'll literally, if you just hold the button down, it'll just keep going, you know. Whereas that's like a pump action one, but it's brilliant. It's the best vintage sprayer I think I've ever had. Like totally ahead of its time. Oh, it's really nice. It's very different. I think because I sprayed a lot of Paco Rabanne earlier, I couldn't smell the Alandalon. That's really nice. They're quite similar actually, a little bit green. Excuse me. I hype often licked in your videos, says Mitra. Thank you. Does Fullinger's breakfast include both bacon and sausage? Yes. You guys don't do pancakes, do you? Yes, but not for breakfast. I want high karate, says Dushan. Isn't there a rumour that Myths and Bracken Man are coming back and Beach Hut Man being moved into the new old collection? I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I've kind of given up on Ammo. Well, I mean, I was never a massive fan of Amouage anyway. Like, you know, like even in the heyday, I tried loads of stuff by them. I was like, fucking hell, it's a bit. I don't know which one's the big blue beast, the fucking the big smoky bastard. It kind of put us off. I thought there's not a lot underneath this. It was just a bit brutish. I was smelling Lone Star Memories, and I was smelling Queer by Mona Diorio, and then I was smelling um, Amouage, and I just thought the Amouage just wasn't anywhere as good, like, you know. Good evening, Pradeep. How are you? How are you doing? I hope you're doing well, and everything is fantastic. What is up? Rich would like beloved man. It is a fantastic Alamy scent. I've got Laos for that. So, Pradeep, great queer Ottoman vid. Until recently, you could pick up Amouage in the UK from All Beauty for 50%. Gone silent. Someone is stamping down on discounters. That's been going on for a while. I'll tell you who first put a stop to that. It was Chanel. Before the pandemic, it was a long time before then. They disappeared Notino from North America. You know, um, they disappeared Notino from North America. It's it was a terrible thing. Like, it was a terrible loss to punters, but at least the companies were still allowed to rip people's eyeballs out, and that's the main thing. You know. You must love Outlines by Cecile, greatest fragrance of the decade. Yeah, I've heard that myself. Like, wankers. I was just talking about that at the beginning of this stream, to be fair. Paco Rabanne Pour On is genuinely one of the best fragrances ever, right? And nobody ever talks about it in the modern fragrance community at all. Do you want to know? I did 2 reviews recently. One was of Paco Rabanne Excess, the vintage version, one of the best fragrances of the 90s, one of the biggest and best fragrances of that decade, and hence one of the best fragrances ever, simply by the fact that it was one of the best fragrances of that decade. It was a huge fragrance. People don't like remember now just how much of a winner Excess was for a good 15 years, you know? It wasn't quite as big. What was it as big as Issey Miyake? I mean, it was up there. You know, it was up there definitely. and and then that got like under 300 views, that video, And the Mont Blanc Individuel video I did got like 4 or 5 times the views on it. Like, it's madness because Mont Blanc Individuel wasn't the best fragrance that came out the month that it came out in. Probably not even the best fragrance of the week. Possibly not of the day. You know? Madness. Oh, excuse me, sir. Oh, my tiredness is beyond the pale. Hello, found you from Enders' channel, says Ollie. Welcome, Ollie. How are you? Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. It is nice to meet you. It's been a while. You've been gaming a lot. It has been a while, nearly 2 weeks. I checked today. And I was like, great googly moogly. It's nearly been 2 weeks. I used to stream all the time. I don't know what's going on. I've been slacking. I've been slacking, friends. I've been slacking. But welcome, Christina. How are you? Hello, Alicia. How are you doing? Alicia is wearing Faki Oud. Where is Broly? Where is Broly? He's lurking about somewhere. ACP says, Rich, is there a similarity between Paco Porhom and Keel's Musk? Let me. These are some fucking. I'm gonna put this back. Oh, God, I'm old. Is there? No, but thanks for asking. There isn't. I'm afraid there just isn't. Not for me. Paco Rabanne's got all sorts of magic going on in a kind of in a very classic way. It's been out 53 years, and it was very much made in that classic French fougere way. Whereas Kiel's original musk is kind of more of like a smell. It's all about musk, and there are different little aspects to it, but really it's just a musk. Whereas Paco Rabanne Pour Homme is like a perfume. Does that make sense to you? Paco Rabanne Pour Homme has all sorts of different parts moving, whereas Kiel's original musk is kind of just one part. It is, but it is Paroli's birthday tomorrow. Yes, Dushan, we're extra early now. I'm late. Christina says, I'm kind of missing your food updates in the Discord. You would like me to put in some food updates for you. I had salad with burger tonight. But it's Paroli's birthday tomorrow. We will have to make a big fuss of him. Kills is a lovely musk. Beats MKK for me. Yeah, it's definitely nicer than MKK. MKK just smells like a foul drain. You know, it smells like a drain with dry turds in. Is the newer Kiehl's good? Yeah, it's still good. The one that's on the shelves now is still good. All he says, Kiehl's the love oil. Yes, that's right, love oil. Hell of a way of speaking, isn't it? Also itching to sample Pelargonium, how I see standing coyly in the back. Really good Pelargonium, good for when it's really warm. Oh, beautiful. It is very lovely. It's a little bit creamy. It's very fresh. It's very geranium forward. I throw it on like a cologne, really. Um, is keel animalic or clean? It's more clean, I think. The Zaro pour on. Yes, I've got that up there as well. Welcome, Ryan. Fragrance Mafia these days. Scent of the day is Dior. Christina said, at least there's salad. There was salad. There was salad. There was salad on it. Don't worry. There was a couple of tomatoes, lots of lettuce, cucumber, some onion. Chekhov's Gundam says it's pretty clean for me, but with a little bit of something, not laundry clean. Yeah, it's not fully clean. There's something a little bit. It's clean skin. It's clean skin. It's skin, but clean skin. You know, it's not filthy. How about the current one? Well, the current one's not very good. The current Paco Rabanne is not good. They've packed in some amberwood somehow, but up until about 10 years ago, it was fine. It was brilliant actually. You know, it was fantastic. I loved it. Still do. Just one spray of Roadster, a salad dress. I love Roadster. You've got a sample of Roadster coming tomorrow. Right. I find Kills is about 80% clean, 20% dirty, says Herb. Um, I don't even think it's dirty. I think it's clean animal, clean human. So it's animalic in the fact that it is human, but just literally like it's skin. It's clean skin. It's not filthy skin. It's not salty skin. It's not dirty skin. Oh my god, you are thriving, says Christina. How's the performance on that keel? I heard it was dreadful. No, it's not dreadful, but it's not like you're not getting like 10, 15 hours out of it. Are you still going swimming with the grannies? Yes, I am. I was there yesterday and my butt cheeks hurt and my legs hurt. My hips hurt, my back hurts. Frank says, what about that fucking Paco Rabanne? You like it, Rich? I love it, mate. I love it. I think it's a fantastic perfume. One of the very best. I was bemoaning earlier how people think that like Aventus and Parfum de Marly and all that sort of shit is like the best perfume ever. And they're just not even in the top 50. They're not in the top 100. Never mind the top 10 or the top 3. It's scandalous that people think that. It really does show the state of people. Hello, Chekhov's Gundam. Haven't tried Musk's Kublai Khan, but I struggle with Musk Tonkin. I don't have any trouble with any of the Marlow I've tried, including Ambulux and Carnivore. The Marlow. I thought Marlow were okay, but I'm not. No. I just sprayed on the vintage Paco Rabanne pour on. It is very nice. It's incredible, like. So is Outlands good or shite? Shite. I can't cut through Pradeep's sarcasm with a machete. And Carl is sincere, yes. Carl is mostly sincere. But Outlands are shite. The Amouage is dead, man. Amouage is dead. Christina Jones would like to be there swimming with grannies. Yes, he would. Surprised he's not here talking about swimming with grannies. The mere mention of grannies. I'm surprised he hasn't just popped up. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome, Cosmic Ace. Scent of the day is Ganymede. Don't shit on me. I will shit on you. It's a poor fragrance. Unlucky. You overdid it to show the granny who's in charge, says Christina. That's right. Put them in their place. It is literally the best release of 2024, Bob, says Carl. I mean, that's not a high bar, mate. You know, that's like choosing, like, the serial killer who murdered the most people. It's not something to be proud of, you know. And by the way, hi everyone, missed you all, says Franz, good boy. Must Tonkin is heavily floral and humid to me, says Herb. I'm also not super into it. Marlou Dolly 4 makes me wretch. Come on, anything by Cecile. It would be great to test how long Germs can hold his breath under the water, Christine, said Mitra. I knew Dushan couldn't resist, says uh, Cosmic Ace. Not a popular opinion here, but I like Outland's good scent to wear around civilians if it's very cold. Amawash Purpose is my recent favourite, says Spaced Out. A great Olive Bannon note in there. Jared says, Rich, is part of your hate for Aventus so popular? So the thing, the as a fragrance, Aventus is just okay. It's mediocre. It's mid. It's average. It's not a great perfume. It's certainly not Creed's best perfume. I would argue it's not in the top five or even in the top 10. It's a very standard masculine chypre. I would wear this every day over Aventus. Homme de Grey. I think Aventus, we're going to be talking about Aventus in a little bit. I'm going to be telling you about some shizzle that I've heard. I'll be reading some shit that's gone down on the old Aventus Facebook pages, apparently. But Aventus as a fragrance, it's, to me, it's average. It doesn't generate anything in me, you know. What I hate about it is, I mean, you can try and twist this as that it's about its popularity. It's the outsized effect it's had on fragrance, like the hysteria it generated, the copycat culture, the clone culture, the sub kind of like the subculture within perfumery circles. I don't mean people buying it. I don't mean Facebook groups. I don't mean people who get into debt trying to buy vintage bottles. I mean within perfume houses. Every fucker had a fucking Aventus. Everyone had an Aventus. And almost all of them, well, no, all of them were just as mediocre to me as the original. They were crap. They were boring, and it was everywhere all the time. And I hated that about it. I didn't hate it because it was popular. There's plenty of popular fragrances that I love. It's just that one. It had a negative impact for me. Maybe he is quietly popping. Really not going anymore. Check over spread the recent nozzle of the Testament seemed to correctly also have 30 ml of Paco Rabanne Pour Homme Sport. I have got a 100 ml bottle of that. I've got a 100 ml bottle of that. And I'm selling it. But yes, I agree. It's very short shorts oversaturated colour TV, wooden tennis rackets, um, golf tournaments in America in the summer, that sort of thing, you know. I tried LV Matcha Noir, very similar to Nouveau Monde and Noir de Noir. I'm digging this particular style from Cavalier, says Spaced Out. I prefer leather sheepers over fruity sheepers, says Dushan. I'll defend your honor race with Nick. I like Ganymede also. Enjoy the weather. Enjoy the weather. Ready for Excellence, Doc? Oh God, aye, it's this week, isn't it? It's this week. Hopefully Les and Damodarbler come out with something new. It's been very quiet on their end, hasn't it? I don't care for Aventus, no for music for a while personally. Pineapple can stay on the plate and out of my fragrances. I like music for a while. I've got my bottle here. I should really wear this. I do like it. I do like it. But I don't think I would. I just don't wear it very often. You know what I mean? I'd much prefer it to Aventus though. Like clear of Aventus by miles. Want Sebastian Yara in a rich interview. Slap the yum out of his mouth. I'd be like, stop saying that. It makes you sound like a fucking child snatcher, man. Fucking hell. Aventus was a new thing when it was released, I will say. I like the mossy, musky bass. I still enjoy it. Do you know what it is? It's a good point, that, right? I would frame it like this, though. Aventus, right, was one of the first original releases from Creed. Was one of the first times they didn't copy an already popular designer DNA. You know, they didn't say, right, make Paco Rabanne XS with better materials. Make Cool Water with better materials. Make fucking like XY, like original Santa. Make Individual with better materials. That was one of the first times they did that. And I mean, it worked out for them. Do you know what I mean? He sold his company for $1 billion. My Aventus is still in box from its release. It's an okay scent, just didn't burn my loins. Oh, why? I mean, if you're talking about a 2010 bottle, I've seen people selling them for 20 grand, like. I've seen people selling those bottles for 20 grand. I shit you not. Music for a while blew my socks off. 10 minutes of what the fuck, and I already bought a bag up. Yeah, it's very cool. Is a celery note in perfumery? I get a lot of that in sport. There is celery out there somewhere. I can't bring anything to mind. Neiman Marcus, Las Vegas, 1020. Music for a while is so fun. Reckon Les and Damodarbler will be showcasing the new Vanilla Van flanker at the event, possibly. I'm excited for a new Les and Damodarbler. What will it be? I don't know. I don't know what it'll be. I hope it's a brand new fragrance and not a cologne, like an Immortel cologne, or I hope it's not another fucking Les and Damodarbler flanker again. Not a Les and Damodarbler flanker. I hope it's not a Vanilla Van flanker again. I don't want that. I don't want that at all. Please like the stream, friends. I wish I had a vintage 95, a Rolfer that is fully intact. Wally, that is dangerous information. I'm excited. Wally, that seriously though, Wally. Speak to Mitra. Should be able to help you get the money for that. Like, no bother whatsoever. But Aventus was a game changer, which juiced the creation of our community. I agree. I totally agree. The whole that is a good and a bad thing, Bob, because it put exponential growth into the fragrance community, but that brought in a lot of bad actors, and that brings me on to something. So, apparently, I have told you on this stream about this guy before, right? And, oh fuck. He is a person called Robbie Swan. Now, this person called Robbie Swan, right, once came into the comments and has appeared in the comments of my videos before. And he came into the comments of my video trying to tell me what's what, right? About something. I can't remember what it was. But he was very adamant that he was right about something, and I don't mind being wrong. And I kind of clapped back at him because I didn't like the way he was talking to us anyway. We had a bit of a back and forth. And something he said to me was that he was like, well, I know something about what I'm talking about because I started the world's largest Aventus Facebook group. To which I responded that you couldn't torture that information out of me because that's sad as fuck. You nerd. And I thought there was something, I don't know, I'm not going to sit here and say that I knew what he was up to, but it has turned out that he's actually been kicked out of his own Facebook group that he started for being allegedly a con man, a fraud, and a thief. Allegedly. I will read you the post. And I can't remember who it was. I'm sorry because my memory's appalling. But someone very kindly went onto the Facebook group and sent me this. Quote, Aventus Addicts, posted by Nathan Dixon on the 10th of April. Robbie Swan, liar, vile thief. It's with a heavy heart that I write this. A heavy heart because of the shock I feel after learning what a vile thing Robbie Swan did to a beloved member of our group. Shocked because Robbie pretended to hold himself to the highest integrity, and as it pertains to Robbie having integrity, nothing can be further from the truth. He is a sociopathic liar and a vile thief. I had heard the rumours that Robbie was a snake and couldn't be trusted, and when I tried to run down those rumours and asked for specifics and proof, no one provided a coherent story or was able to show any proof that he is indeed a snake. Well, Joe and I have run down and are in possession of absolute truth. And proof, I beg your pardon, of absolute proof for the situation we are informing you about. I'm just going to lay it out to the community so the community knows and can safeguard from ever doing any type of business or charity with Robbie ever again. Robbie linked up a couple of months ago with a new member named Vulcan. When Vulcan reached out about being in possession of a large quantity of Creed production fragrances, when they linked up, Robbie agreed to help Vulcan sell the merchandise, and he did, and all but one of the transactions went smoothly. What Robbie didn't inform anyone of is that it was Vulcan himself and not Robbie that was in possession of the items, and that Robbie was just middlemaning the transactions. Robbie had made it seem like he had the goods in his possession and we were buying from him. The transaction that didn't go smoothly was a member that purchased a very expensive new Aventus vintage bottle and had it sent to Italy because a friend was there on holiday. Unfortunately, the bottle didn't make it there in time and got returned to sender. That bottle was a new Aventus 12F01 batch, and he charged the member nearly $2,800 with shipping fees. If you're paying $2,800 for fucking Aventus, you've got bigger problems. But not to worry. So, while the package was being returned to sender, Robbie masterminded a plan with Vulcan to say that the package was lost in transit, then conspired with Vulcan to send it to Robbie, and Robbie would sell it quietly, and they would split the profits of the bottle, all while telling the original buyer that, sorry, it's lost in transit. You took on the risk and are shit out of luck. To read the conversation of Robbie masterminding and conspiring with Vulcan to screw over this member of our community was sickening. They were laughing about what bad boys they were and how they've scammed people in the past. Robbie assured Vulcan, using ChatGPT, that according to their laws, even if they got caught, it would be nearly impossible to prosecute them, and then laughed about it. Pieces of shit. Then Robbie pretended the package was lost, even though the member tracked down Vulcan's signature on picking the package up when it was returned to sender. Robbie, being the snake that he is, went dark on Vulcan and screwed him out of his part of the fraudulent money. No honour amongst thieves and scumbags. When I confronted Robbie about this, he blatantly lied over and over. And when I presented him proof of his fraud and conspiracy, he tried to say that he had a sick mother and did it for her benefit. Boy, never heard that before from a scammer. Bullshit. Then he lied and said the money was gone and the bottle was sold, and he said he sold off all of his vast collection of bottles to help his mother. All lies. Again, a sociopathic liar. Long story short, when presented with the fact that the member was going to file a criminal complaint against him, he all of a sudden had a 12F01 in his collection, and he would be happy to send that to the member in recompense. How fortunate. This is after he secretly tried to jump into people's DMs and sell the bottle privately. Of course, a few people reached out to me about it. I let them know not to buy the bottle and to not trust Robbie. More lies. Now, after claiming he sent the bottle to the member, this time as recompense under the understanding if he didn't fix the situation, criminal files would be filed. The bottle supposedly got returned to sender because it's a hazardous material and can't be shipped. More blithering nonsense and lies. Now he's trying to shirk his responsibility from the situation. I don't know what's going to happen civilly or criminally, but the fact remains that Robbie masterminded and conspired with another piece of shit, Vulcan, to steal this member's money and try to sell that bottle quietly so they can double dip, all while saying that they didn't know what happened to the bottle and that the buyer assumed the risk and the original buyer was $2,800 out shit out of luck. And then Robbie fucked Vulcan over too. I tell you all this in detail because I want there to be no question as to what type of person Robbie Swan is. Sociopath, liar, vile thief. And it greatly pains me because Robbie is the one who brought me into being an admin and was someone I considered a friend and someone whose creativity I admired. Clearly I was long fooled. He absolutely cannot be trusted. He is a sociopathic liar and should never be allowed anywhere near Fragcom again. The only way online fragrance communities work is by holding ourselves to the utmost integrity. Buyers, I mean, fucking hell, that is such a fucking, honestly, mate, really. I mean, would like to, but no. Anyway, buyers and sellers trust each other with hundreds and thousands of dollars of merchandise. That is true. Strangers we've never met, and it will only continue to work that way. And that's by holding ourselves in total integrity and accountability. Now that Joe and I own and run the addicts groups, we are now and always have been committed to facilitating the addicts groups with the highest integrity, safety, and accountability in the fragrance community. And our commitment to all our members and from all our admin staff is that we will continue to do this and every day to protect you all to the best of our abilities. So please be aware of Robbie Swan and don't be fooled by his lies any longer. He is a vile thief and a liar and should be ashamed of himself. And he absolutely doesn't deserve to be anywhere near our amazing community. The end. Well, what do we think of that, friends? Let me catch up on the comments. New leather, fingers crossed from Les and Damodarbler. Pretty pleased. Oh, well, maybe. I hope it's Les and Damodarbler and an Arm Off collab, says Carl. I heard my name. What happened, says Mitra. Let's be real, any fragrance being at the top for 10 years is an impressive feat. Dudes were obsessed over it like crazy. That's true. Wally is in danger, Mitra, says Carl. Lush 4:20 p.m. as a salary note, says Alicia. Scent of the day is new MDCI Vetiver Messenger. Though decent, I'm not a big fan of the vanilla and tonka bean dry down. We'll be trying it soon. I hope to. Fliss needs to send me it though, so I'm just waiting. Welcome to Noslava. Finally received a mini decant of the 2010 batch of Aventus. Yes, it's that good. I doubt it, but not to worry. It's not for me, but okay. I mean, people have to be into it to enjoy that. And then if happy, someone should make a movie out of this. I love your voice, Rich. Good storytelling voice, says Wally. Oh my god, I am going to play this at bedtime for your nephew, says Mitra. Jack and Ori. We need a storyteller channel like this. Do you know what it is? I am genuinely considering that, actually. If I didn't have such a fucking dry mouth, I probably would have done it already. I could just, like, draw up scripts and that and just read people's stories so they could listen to them and go to sleep. Did Robbie slay the dragon and save the princess? No. Turns out he's been a naughty Scotsman. Rich reads Shitters in the Mist. Yes, I should write a book called Shitters in the Mist. Yes, I could write a children's story called Shitters in the Mist. Oh dear. I want Rich to read me Harry Potter, says Cosmic Ace. I'd throw in some obscenities for you just to keep you interested. Sleep incoming, says Alicia. I'm gonna tuck Alicia in, milk and cookies, a nice pat on the head, you know. I'm gonna read her a story. Richie should read children's Halloween stories and our two boys who will sob. Serpent upon serpent. Wally, there was no yeah, sausage party, absolutely sausage party. I'll play my children this in the future, says Carl. Excuse me. I put myself to sleep. Buying my mother meds with Aventus money, says Herb. Yes, that's right. That's right. And there's the NHS in England, so you don't really need to. Well, you do have to pay for prescriptions. That's not true. Most people get like a card that you pay and you get like a year of prescriptions. You know. I'm back from parent duty. What the perfume head at? Where the perfume head at? Cheeky bastards, the Vulcan erupted, says Mitra. Read the Odyssey next. I'll do a Professor Jan. Rich story time. Nobody has more integrity than fragrance fanatics. True fact. Scamming an addicts group's unheard of. I know. It's been giving Dr. Breen from Half-Life the Nolan version for real on the of the gods. Bravo! Thank you. The talk like they're the goddamn United Nations. I'd be going fucking mental personally. I'd be going fucking mental personally. You know? Fuck's sake. Amazing. Richie, time out these ungratefuls for free advice. Where are we? So that would be a nice, fantastic right example of Cockney rhyme and slang for perfumistas. How much Armagh Club Dunaway Intense has been sold as 2010 event as decants? Oh God, it must be massive. It must be huge. The amount of fake shit that must have gone around. I mean, creeds are highly faked anyway. But to just post a picture of a creed, even if you got one bottle, the amount of money you could make, right, selling decants. You could make over 10 grand, couldn't you? You could make fucking thousands, like tens of thousands. Repeat the prescription thing for our US friends. Pay sick or £100 a year. Don't pay for any prescriptions. Yes. Royal Oud is something I love in the spring, actually, says Spaced Out. Welcome seldomly often. How's Dan? How's Daniel, sorry? I hope you're doing well. How is it going? Have you heard about this Aventus drama? It's a month old now, because I'm not on the Facebook, but the guy who started the group, turns out he was scamming people. Good grief. Did you know about this? Madness. You've got to know who you're dealing with, friends. You've got to know. I'll tell you something. I've been really, really lucky, you know, with the people I've dealt with. And I'll say this, I'm very protective over my space. The channel, the people I allow around here. As you know, over the years, if I don't like someone or if I get bad vibes, it's my kind of I don't know. It's my house. It's where I'm very. I don't know. If I got the faintest whiff of someone doing that around here, they'd be gone. Like if I thought there was any like credibility to it, if I thought there was anything like that was actually happening, it'd just be bye. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting distracted again. Also, I used to have type 2 diabetes and you don't even need to pay that with a similar. Yes, if you've got type 2, you don't need to pay anything for your prescriptions. I also associate Creed with early Frag Common bass notes. I always thought Creeds are all the gentleman ones, but lots of young dudes wear it. Well, Creeds always were until they released Aventus, and then everything just flipped on its head, like, and then you've got everybody just buying these Creeds. Creeds are living off the name now. I mean, everything they've released since Vikings just been absolutely awful. I smelled that wild vetiver the other day. I was like, this is shit. This is genuinely poor. You know? It just smells awful. Like Creed used to have its very own distinctive DNA. Ironically, when they didn't charge as much for their fragrances were worth more than what they're charging them for now that they're charging more for them. Try and unpick that one. Creed is easily faked, yes. Do you know what rhymes with Creed? Greed. Facebook is still used, says Prodi, apparently. Daniel from Switzerland, that's who he is. Happy to say happy to have made the stream. What Aventus drama. The person who founded the group, right, Aventus addicts, has been scamming people the whole time, apparently, by selling. He's apparently sold somebody. If you, in fact, I'll send the screenshots to Mo and he can send them on to you so you can read it. If you go back about 5 or 10 minutes, I read out the screenshots in order of like the post. I don't have Facebook, so I can't post the post, if you know what I mean. But it's pretty remarkable stuff. I mean, if you think about it, the space is completely, the fragrance space is completely open to people being arseholes. Because we're mostly a friendly bunch most of the time. I am one of the, remarkably, I'm one of the less friendly people. Um, and it's, everybody's quite peaceful. There's not that much toxicity, really. There's a little bit. It's toxicity in the space is remarkable when it happens because there's so little of it, you know. Um, and it's completely there's very much a community spirit, mostly a lot of. Although some people, come in and grift. You've got the people who every video is a list and everything. You know what I mean? The commercialization of the space. Nobody likes to see it, but it's happening a bit. What was I going to say? But there's not like crime, like actual fucking people getting ripped off. So the fact that it's happened and the fact that it's somebody who set up that group. And like I say, Robbie Swan has commented on a few of my videos before. The next time he comments, I'm going to be like, oi, oi. You know what I mean? And he's a Scot. And the Scots, I am a Geordie, he is a Scot. We are essentially the same. We are as close as makes very little difference. The difference between hair and fur. There's a lot of. I'll pull him up about that. I'll find out. I'll ask at least. He might just be like, "Fuck this, I'm not talking to you." But madness. Where are we? Sorry. Fragrance Mafia. I know someone who was selling Mont Blanc Explorer but passing it off as 2015 Aventus. He actually managed to sell 9 or 10 bottles on eBay before he got caught, but nothing happened. He kept them. Yeah, yeah, totally. That I must admit that is something that I would, unless it was someone I knew. But yeah, I don't doubt that at all. Actually, I can totally imagine that happening. I can totally imagine that happening. Like, just not for me. Good lord. Love your sample set speed dating videos seldomly often, says Carl. I should put can somebody with a wrench put Daniel's channel in the chat because I am so far back. No, he's not. He let me in, says Lily. Yes, Lily is lurking. Look out. Lily's more violent, though. But Lily doesn't scam people. She's just violent. You know? She's an ankle biter. She's only little. But she wants to hurt you. And by you, I mean me. I've never been scammed, luckily, says Offenlicht. You just don't know you've been scammed. That's the most dangerous position to be in when you think you've never been scammed, because you may have been scammed. I wonder how Aventus would be looked at if any older men wore it and not college bros. Perception can really change reality sometimes. I imagine there are older bros who wear it, because you've got old bros as well. There are old bros out there. I was wondering about you, Lily. Glad to see you back, says Dallas. Wild Vetiver shite. I mean, to be fair, it's worse than shite. It really is very, very shite. Actually, you're being kind. You're being kind. You're obviously in a good mood. It's really bad. It's so... and it's off-brand. And like, if you look at what Creed was producing, like, prior to being taken over, they've taken that unique Creed DNA. It's not. It doesn't exist anymore. It's quite. It has simply gone. If one of these new, if one of these brands that had a lot of capital and wanted to start a perfume house, right? Wanted a winning formula, a winning DNA, something to just fucking do and go in and do it. Just take what Creed was doing 20 years ago, 15 years ago, 10 years ago, and just replicate it and charge accordingly. £400 for 50 mil. Would you pay £400? No, £400 for 100 mil, sorry. Would you pay that for the materials and the type of perfumes that Creed used to put out in that style? Because people pay a lot more than that for vintage Creeds now, right? And you would make a fucking fortune. You would make an absolute fortune. Instead of making these fucking Middle Eastern clones and selling millions of bottles of shit amber wood for 20 quid a pop. Like, make high-end stuff, the prestige. Even Roger Dove, the fucking, the house, the brand, has capitulated. It's fallen up its own arse. It's just obscene what's happened, you know? And the fact that there isn't anyone out there who is actually making perfumes like that. Everyone will tell you that they're doing that, but no one is. Les and Demodable make great stuff, but it's not like Creed. It's not wildly popular stuff. They're not complete as you would like. Creed perfumes were always like complete perfumes, you know? They were proper, fully formed perfumes. They weren't trying to like sell something, you know, something else. The Les and Demodables feel like a Les and Demodable feels like a vehicle for selling perfume oils, whereas Creed were perfume oils as a vehicle to sell perfumes. If somebody with a shit ton of money, like an Arab, right, who's like, I want to start a fucking perfume brand, and I've got loads of capital, I just don't know what to do, I don't know the type of perfumes to make, I don't know what to do. That is what to do. Because Creed abdicated that position. That's where Creed was, and they just thought, nah, fuck it, that's not enough. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. You're shooting yourself in the foot. Daniel says, while Vetiver was extremely mid, me and Mo both agreed when sampling and Harrods. I got the amber woods from it, and I got the DNA. I'll tell you what happened is when I smelled it, I got the DNA of another brand. When I smelled it, I was like, this is a Creed. This is in a Creed bottle, but it smells like a different brand. It doesn't smell like a Creed. It smells like another brand's perfume in a Creed bottle. I don't know what other brand. It smelled not Creedish, and I didn't like it. Royal Mayfair was such a hidden gem. One of my favourite Creeds of DNA was classy, semi-fresh stuff, and I loved that. Yep, I got scammed buying 5 mil of vintage Aventus, but it wasn't Aventus at all. Yeesh. Wild Vetiver is extremely feminine. Wouldn't care, they're still making original Vetiver. I wonder if they got the idea for Wild Vetiver because they were like, well, we'll sell original Vetiver because it was the original Vetiver that we made. But now we can make another one, and then original Vetiver's name will finally make sense. Please like the stream, friends. How is the bridesmaid duties going, Lils? Oh, Lily's at a wedding, is she? No way. Nearly worth the money, in my opinion. I'd rather wear a good clone and not send Creed my money. Again, not a popular opinion. No, I wouldn't go. I wouldn't go down the clone route. I'd just go without. I'd just go without. I'd find something different. You know, I would find something different. I got a decant of 2015 Aventus from Parfumo. It's very mossy and leathery. I'm enjoying it right now. Are you sure you got a decant of 2015 Aventus from Parfumo? Seldomly often says, man, how shit do you have to be to scam your own group member? Some people are just, I don't even know. He got a trip. There was something else that someone posted. They funded a trip for him to Paris Perfume Week last year. They funded a trip for him to Paris Perfume Week last year. Germ says that's why I don't do frag groups anyway. I am the toxicity, says Mitra. Rich, have you gotten slightly harsh top notes, but your dry down is you just got slightly harsh top notes, but your dry down is very nice. That's right. Yes, I do have I do have a harsh opening, you know, but I've got high quality bass. I'm all about that bass. Vicious treble. Not me. I'm brewing chaos right now. Oh, no Amberwoods hiding in the bass. Certainly not. Now I got Britney stuck in my head. Be careful using the word toxic. Some group might think you're subtexting them because they own that trademark in this space. Yes, there is a yes. Very good, Lily. Yes, there is a group of victims in the space who think that everybody calling them out on their bullshit makes the people calling them out on their bullshit bullshitters. You know, like everyone else is the problem, never them. You know, it's never them, is it, JJ? And friends. The type of people who call other people gatekeepers while gatekeeping every single fucking thing about the fragrance community. Nasty, nasty people. One must never join a group based around Aventus. Plato, says Joe. Well, to be fair, that does sound like something that Plato was says. That reminds me. Of the description of my channel. If you go to my channel and look at about, it should say, where is it? Where's the description of my channel? No, that's the picture. Is it there? Oh, that's sad. I can't remember. It was a quote by Genghis Khan. Or was it Napoleon? The quote was, the problem with quotes on the internet is that you don't always know if they're real. I'm more not for consumption. Yes, I'm certainly not to be consumed. Where are we? Yeah, but he will out of Portugal. You took my wrench. You asked us to. Toxic. Fragrance Mafia says his eBay got closed, but he kept the money, and people were leaving reviews saying amazing vintage eventers. Shows they have no idea what they're even looking for. No, you're absolutely right. Was that a short joke? It didn't take very long, did it? Should I buy a bottle of water? Portugal? Time is running out. Go and smell it, see if you like it, and then decide whether you should buy it or not. Evening, Rich. Welcome, Floating Man. How are you? They no longer have Pierre Bourdon. Well, they don't have Pierre Bourdon stuff to steal and then improve on. But again, remember how Aventus was created. It was Olivia Creed walking into Jacques Hucklier's office and putting Helvetica down on the table and saying, make me a fragrance based around that perfume. Based on the thumbnail, I thought we were going to have a guest on. No, sorry. Often like says Noah is doing a bit of that for his brand Polysniff. Was he doing a bit of what? What's he doing? What is he doing? Making small jokes about Lily? I hope so. All caps, no caps. Roger Parfums have gone way downhill. What happened? Even the bottles were downgraded. Yeah, they sold the brand. Sold the brand. He's not really involved anymore, so. Rich, are you nearing the end with regards to your perfume interest? Have you reached a point where you've tried and bought so much it's hard for anything to wow you anymore? I reached that point quite a while ago. I long to be wowed. I do long to be wowed. And after a long time of not buying anything new, I actually bought two perfumes this week. Uh, two perfumes actually that I've had my eye on for a very, very long time. One of them should be coming tomorrow or the day after, and the other one should be coming within the next week or so. So expect unboxings. They're not expensive, but they are two things I have wanted for a long time. You know, I've been concentrating on selling stuff. I still, I'm in the mode of wanting to sell off. I'm getting closer to the end than I am the beginning of selling stuff off. Remarkable how much stuff I accumulated perfume wise, and remarkable how much of it I just didn't use. You know, which I didn't like that. I don't want to not use the perfumes I've got. You know, um, and I made that decision, and I really want. I'm sticking to it. I am. So yeah, all caps, downloads of perfumes, which. So no, I'm not nearing the end of my perfume interest at all, to be honest. I'm still as committed as ever. I haven't been doing as many live streams um, because, to be honest with you, for the last 6 months, I've been feeling absolutely disgusting. And 3 weeks ago, I had a steroid injection, and it's a slow acting steroid called Depomedrone. And I've been getting better and better and better. And I feel relatively sound compared. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. I feel relatively sound compared to how I was feeling. So, yes, don't worry. I'm not going anywhere. Don't worry. People compare Wild Veteran apart from Damali Delina. Yep. Fruity Woody Rose by Bish. Yep. Speaking of Creed, they're discontinuing the entire Royal line. Bois de Portugal, Neroli Sauvage, and Royal Water. Apparently, a Rolfa might be going as well. Yes, that's true. I was talking to the young lass in the shop who was actually proper sound as fuck. She did not give me any bullshit whatsoever. She was engaged, and she was talkative, and she wasn't fucking us about, and I really appreciated it. So I talked to her plainly as well, and like, what a good patter like. Um, but she was like, "Look, I can only give you 10% off if you want to buy like anything." And I was like, "Honestly, I'm not paying 400 quid for a bottle of pure white cologne. A 75 ml." She was like, "Nah, but it's got like the reason it's that expensive is because it's like got the gold on it. It's a collector's piece." And she was like, "I know that's like marketing shtick." I was like, "I understand. I'm not like gonna ask you to like breach company policy." I was like, "But I'm just not." I was like, "I'm old." I was like, "I remember these 10, 15, 20 years ago when they were like amazing. Like, I'm not getting involved in their fucking foolishness as far as. I'm not getting involved in their foolishness as far as fucking £400 for fucking Pure White Cologne or the other one, Spice and Woods. No. 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 But she was proper sound, to be fair. PK, welcome. Vintage Zar, still awesome. I was thinking about that today. I think I'm going to wear that. Only buy fragrances if you know the seller. Rich Mitch, Sense for Thought, etc. That's right. Make sure if you're going to spend decent money, yeah, or buy them through a place where you can send them back if they're fucked. You know what I mean? Flat bass. I do have a flat bass. I've got a flat ass. I was remarkably when I had my steroid injection, the nurse, when she went to, because they injected in your arse cheek of all places, she was like, "Oh my god!" She was like, "You haven't got any fat on your arse, have you?" I was like, "No." I was like, there was nothing else I could say really, because I don't know. I was kind of like, I don't know. I mean, she might as well have slapped us with a wet fish. I was like, "No, I haven't," and then she stabbed us in the arse with a massive needle. Um, Duck's top notes have gone off. Turn to vinegar. Polish. Nail polish remover. The amount of people that believe everyone else is the problem is alarming. Accountability is out of step. Yes. Yes, everyone else. That's right. Aye. I went to the shops again today. They still have 200ml Violet Valenka for an outrageous discount. I was so tempted to just buy another one and just hold on to it. Because I think they're going to get rid. I don't think it's a seller. Proudy seems to think it's a seller. Hermes bottle is so cute, often licked in your video. Yes, well, I will send you a pic. Genghis Khan flanker of Kublai Khan, says Pradeep. Genghis Khan flanker of Kublai Khan. No, Kublai Khan was grandson. So Kublai Khan would be what? Be like a flanker of that, wouldn't it? It'd be like a flanker of a flanker. It was Ogaday that came after Genghis, was it not? Or Chinggis. Outlands comes in that chocolate milk kind bottle. Ugh. Tripler, thank you very much, sir, for your super chat. I appreciate it. You have too kind. $2 US. Howdy, Duck and chat. Howdy. Thank you for coming. It is nice to see you again. Noah is making some Creed interpretation with better materials. He is creeding the Creed. Good grief. But does he have Pierre Bourdon making them? Yeah, you tried to smell it in a video, but the bottle was empty. I was yearning and longing for a live stream last night. Thanks, Rich. Manifesting works. I felt some kind of crazy pull from the ether. How strange. Please like the stream, friends. Please like the stream. Cotton water is nice. Cotton water is nice. Pardon. Here we go again, says Cosmic Ace. Do some squats until your next visit, Duck. Grissy Man Up. Rich, is the vintage Gomma better than the gold cap? I'm going to say yes. I have got, brace yourself, right? Brace yourself. I have got a Gomma, right, which is up there for me with, oh, fucking hell. I've got a Gomma which for me is up there with vintage Derby. It's this one. I'll put the original musk back. Oh! This is outrageous. This is fucking absolutely mad. It's a brilliant perfume. The only reason I don't wear it more often... Oh, it's got that etro thing about it, though. There's like an etro sandalwood in here. It's like vintage Derby with Mysore sandalwood. And an Italian softness. It's glorious, that shit. If you can get the paisley, if you can get the paisley stuff, it's brilliant. Like, but yeah, I would go as far back as you can for the for the Etros. You squat and then eat pizza, Lily. Then repeat. When the stars rejoice, welcome. How are you? Sorry, my YouTube just took a poo. What's going on there? Lils. I remember the last time I called Lily Lils. I still walk with a limp. She fucking hates it. I think she actually means it as well when she says that. Dang, we still live. I just finished showering. Oh, we usually go for 2 hours when I'm up to it, and I am up to it tonight. Is that one of the pastel girls? Dang, we're still alive. Comme des Garçons Incense Series 3 Kyoto. Aha! Aha! Excuse me. I'm going to put this back here. I'm going to put this here. There we go. Incense Kyoto 3. Series 3. Sorry, I've just completely bollocks the name. Oh! Three very different fragrances there, isn't there? I don't know how that's ended up. Sorry, I'm just giving you a bit of the... Got myself the Michael Jackson glove there. Obviously not touched anything like Michael Jackson has, but not to worry. I feel like I'm pretty close to the end. I'll always tune into enthusiast reviews in case anything truly fantastic is released. But the days of extensive sampling and blind buying are gone. Extensive sampling, no. Blind buying, yes. Floating man, I do get that. I'm not. Yeah, I think there's definitely kind of like this thing in the world at the minute as well. Everybody's kind of like pulling up the drawbridges as far as spending's concerned. The only people spending are like these hyper scalers and people building data centers and fucking sapping all the electricity. You heard about that place? Is it Lake Tahoe? There's a place in America called Lake Tahoe. Basically, the electric companies turned around to 50,000 people and said, yeah, we're turning off your electricity and diverting it to a data center. Fuck you. Again, fucking mental, because apparently everybody who lives there has gone to their representative, and the representative was like, yeah, fuck you. You know what I mean? Rich, are you still selling stuff off? I am still selling stuff. That's right. I have stuff still to sell. I've got a drawer full of stuff there, including a 200ml bottle of Sauvage EDP, a vintage Mugler Amen, Parfum de Toilette Femme Rochas. I've got Oscar de la Renta Paul Wee vintage. I've got Obsession for Men vintage. Blue Marine by Pierre Cardin, which is actually really good. I've got a few of the vintage Etros. I've got I'll show you what I've got that to sell that someone might want. A couple £100. It's the oldest version, the original late 80s version, because it's from fucking... It's made in the UK, but it's got the Beverly Hills written on it. Euro cost Frankfurt. This is an ancient version. The old Boss number 1. Very old. I'm selling that. Can't put them on eBay because they're not in boxes, because someone keeps reporting me listings, the terrible cunts. But I must say, I've had more luck selling stuff not on eBay than on eBay. So, fuck them. Bellamy Vetiver, I'm selling that. I've got Mon Numero Dis. Fucker, I've had that 30ml bottle of Mon Numero Dis since fucking the dawn of time. Right? Nobody's ever wanted it. I've got a vintage bottle of Iris Pudra that nobody seems to want. Vintage groin. You know? Your granddad's groin I've got. I should do another sales video. That'd be cool. Oh, fuck. I nearly just knocked over half my fragrances. I avoided that with great skill. There is Ambra. That is a sensational perfume as well. And there's Vetiver, a dark, smoky Vetiver with lots of character. An evil Vetiver. Oh, it's smoky, cady. That's an autumn and winter Vetiver, that. An Ambra, which is very different. There's a lot of wood in there. A lot of wood in there for an amber. Lovely. And then Goma, which follows in the footsteps of the IBQ leathers of the 80s, especially vintage Derby. I get vintage Derby with a sandalwood. Really good stuff. Anyway, sorry. Hope something good comes up during Essence, if not straight next Graco Sheldrake for purchase. I don't think the Sheldrake Graco is going to be a perfume. I think it's going to be something else. I think it's going to be a smell, but I don't think it's going to be a perfume. From the wording of that post someone sent us, I think it was you actually. I don't think that. Yeah, I don't think that that's happening. Like, I don't think it's going to be a fragrance. Like, wore Goma one night this week. Fabulous. It is. It's fantastic. It is. This is the original version as well. These are the original Etro releases. These are the bottles these came in, and the boxes, which I've now got rid of like an absolute wanker, right? I got rid of the boxes for them, and the boxes had the paisley on, like the pattern, the material was like a fucking paisley thing. It was glorious, and I fucking got rid of them because I'm a dick. Rich's vintage Sabla EDT bionic guitar better than the yes, considerably. When the stars rejoice, it is considerably better, mate. Glossy man, yep. I just got 250 green box Flacon Colonia Goma. I'm buzzing true vintage. I agree it's on par with Derby. Yeah, it's fucking fabulous stuff, like. I think I may prefer Moschino Pour Homme to Goma. Tough call, says Tripler. Oof. Oh my god, that's all I call you. I'm sorry, Lily. It's the way I talk. And also Eugene. Oh, don't get too upset. But yeah, I remember calling Lilith that. Only happened once, I think. Have you seen bottles of French Levan going for silly money? I saw one on sale. Yeah, I have actually. Yes, I have. Either La Frenchie's going for over fucking 4 digits now, isn't it? Aye, no. Fuck that. Fuck that. Yikes. I wouldn't care. I paid under 200 quid for mine. I paid 200 quid for under 200 quid for mine when they were selling testers of them. Yeah, Mafia La Frenchie is hugely priced now. Rich Mitch, the Michael Jackson of fragrance QQ. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. Sample prices are getting out of hand. Sometimes 2 mil. Yeah, it is. It's absolutely obscene. Everything's bonkers. Like, it's fucking despicable. Yeah, it's happening all over. Yeah, the stuff with the stuff with data centers still. I predict, this is the only thing I'm going to say about politics, news, or economics today. I predict that in the future, one day, human beings will give their lives to destroy data centers. Wally, it's okay. You can't really tell people. Don't call me that. I'll just let myself die slowly by cringing. You can though. You can. You can tell people. You're just very shy in that kind of regard. You don't like putting anybody out. You're British. You're British in that regard. You know, hanging on in quiet desperation. That's what English people do. Good day, Rich. Welcome, Baboosh. Bought a vintage XS this week. I haven't worn it since high school. Top fragrance. Must I have an obsession for vintage men? Says Chekhov's goddamn. I need to give away so much crap, says off seldomly often. Instead of doing that, I keep buying stuff due to amazing deals coming my way. I mean, there's nothing better than a bargain, you know? There's nothing better than a bargain. I keep saying this. If you can get something undervalued and it's undervalued, just do that. Just do that. I just bought 4 Aqua de Palma de Colonia private blend 1, 3, 4, and 5. How much was it? That's something else I've got for sale. I've got a Colonia mirror. They just don't sell that anymore. When they were at those Colonias were in the brown bottles. The leather one was a Tuscan leather clone, kind of, which was weird to behold from Aqua de Palma, but it worked. I thought. I actually got them for a crazy deal. Shop closing, €65 each, 150ml bottles. Yes, they do the old. They do the old 150s. I think they do 180 as well, don't they? I might be wrong. Given they retail for silly prices, I had to get them. Says often, yeah. I need a bottle of Premier Figure Extreme, says Duchamp. Well, Roch this week. Still think it's a brilliant sheldrake and very unique, says Tripler. Pradeep's going to pipe up in a second. I know he is because he fucking loves that stuff. Try some more lives, Rich, if you can. I love these. And most weekly fragrance rotation from his car. I will, because I do feel better, mate. You're right, and I should. I enjoy them as well, mate. I do enjoy them as well when I do them. They can be a little bit daunting beforehand because you're like, well, I've got fucking nothing to talk about, and then you realise you've done the better part of 400. Well, I probably have done 400 lives now. Just I've had to delete 30 of them for various reasons. Um, and I do enjoy them. I do. I keep saying that I get more out of it than the people who fucking watch them. Like the people who watch them come here to talk to each other. Like, you know what I mean? They don't come here to talk to me. I come here to talk to you. Do you know what I mean? Mo's weekly fragrance rotation room. He's got more people, damn it, should do fragrance rotation videos. I like Mo's fragrance rotation videos. They're good. You can just put them on. For a good fragrance rotation video is an accurate list. It's authentic. It's real. It's got weight to it. It's not just like, 10 Middle Eastern clones to wear when you're being tortured in a dungeon by someone called Priscilla standing on the head. You know? Like the most tenuous of reasons for lists. Does anybody remember one of the first YouTube channels? It was called Watch Mojo. And they did lists. They did list videos almost from the beginning. And it wasn't perfumes, although one of their first videos was about perfume. One of the first videos was about, was it Coty fragrances? But they were doing lists about nothing. Just like, Marvel Superman and fucking villains and top 10 backstories of NPCs, all the mad sort of stuff that is just nothing. Those lists are just awful. But fragrance rotation videos are based in fact and they're genuine. And you get something out of it. Sodomy Officer says, Chekhov's Gundam, the issue is that people keep pushing crazy deals my way. It's a terrible problem to have, but someone's got to have it. Someone has to have that problem. And bottles be wide, eh? They are big old bottles. They are. They're high, wide, and handsome. They're 125 mils. Really good. Which is lovely, by the way. It smells like a much better Eau Sauvage Parfum. By the way, anyone coming to Milan want to buy one? Yeah. If anyone's going to Milan, buy some perfume from Daniel. Also a 50ml first batch Myths Man and a sealed Bracken Man, which I'm probably keeping as a backup. A 50ml first batch Myths Man. I imagine somebody would probably sell their feet to get that. So Skynet. Well, yeah, that's the point of the AI. It's to again. I don't want to get too into this, but AI and the data center thing is what they're going to do is that Britain's today announced plans to try and bring in a digital ID, right? The move is to try and put everything on a digital ledger so that everything you do is tracked and it becomes a data point, right? And then it can be monetized and in future it can be used against you. They'll say it's used to fight crime, right? But there's an argument, there's a strong argument, an argument which I would make is it's going to be used to commit crimes, legal crimes against people. Anyway. So basically Skynet, yes. Did you have a fragrance on par with Sartorial that you think that's the best? On par with Sartorial, but is the best barbershop fragrance? I don't think Sartorial... I smelled the new Sartorial the other day. There's nothing left. There's fucking nothing left. It smells like a dryer sheet. I shall have to cherish this shit. I would go with Beau de Jour, the vintage Beau de Jour. Don't give Ash ideas, Rich. Well, yeah, Ashton's gone full on fucking watch mojo, hasn't he? Already lazy to do one video a week. If that's rotation quarter is over. Pradeep is getting bored of making fragrance content. Friends, kick him up the backside. I shouldn't be here. I'm not at all into fragrances at the minute. Maybe because I can't really spend to buy any at the moment. You owe money on fragrance. You're leveraged. Lily is leveraged on fragrances. Jim Quantrell was the first fragrance YouTuber I watched. Him and Drakdar. Jim Quantrell was fucking immense. I miss Jim Quantrell. My intro is based on Jim Quantrell's intro. My intro is literally based on Jim Quantrell's intro. He was great. I remember when he turned 40, he looked like he turned 25. I think he got really into his music, like he was in a band, and I think he just and he had a child as well. You know what I mean? That'll do it. How do you know Priscilla? We all know Priscilla. It seems like watch channels are all doing good old top tens. Watch channels are dying on their arse as well. Rich, do a list of the most influential moments in all of history and assign a perfume to that event. No, but thanks. Mountain Doggy says, I'm late. Well, I'm afraid it's not good enough, sir. Thoughts on SC Noir Amber? Is it any good? It's alright. It's overrated. Rich will be the last tuber not pushing AI slop. Thank God for that. No, I fucking... Sometimes I forget to take pictures of perfumes to make thumbnails, man. Never mind using AI. There'll be none of that, like. We've been told we have to use AI in school. I asked if to model good practice, staff would declare if they used AI. Senior staff crap themselves. Lol, I know, sorry. Nelly should overspray absolute polar swath during deep summer. Yikes. It might have been right the first time off and like says baboosh. Lily doling out side eye like it's going out of fashion. An outrageous volume of side eye. Obviously, a bit of a hiss going on there as well. People are leaving comments. Just put this fragrance on for the first time today, like 30 minutes ago, and now I open YouTube and see this. Yeah, you're also being listened to by your fucking devices and all that shit, like. I used to think that was bullshit. I used to think all of that, like, I genuinely used to think all of that shit was just mental and just conspiratorial and bollocks, and it's just not. The longer it stops becoming a coincidence. You're just like, eh? Do you know what I mean? It's like, eh? How does it now this? How am I supposed to do that? What am I supposed? This is crazy shit. You know, mental. I don't like it. I don't like it. Cologne Aficionale versus Prada Amber. What's another top soap scent? Why versus? Why versus? Another top soap scent. Um. Whew. You could do Philosopher's Walk. That's more foamy. You know, it's more foamy. Bogart Pour Homme more foamy as well. Soap scents, friends. Soap scents. Infusion d'Iris is an amazing soap. Is often licked. I've got that. I've got Infusion Dome here. I've got Infusion Dome. I can't remember if I sold my 50 ml Infusion Dome. I think Infusion Dome might be overrated, friends. I think it might be overrated. The cedar dominates it for me. Some people like Comme des Garçons Marseilles, but I'm not a fan, says Chekhov's Gundam. I bet most of your I bet I like most of your suggestions, to be fair. Rich, did you ever buy the I didn't, mate. I didn't triple it. I'd never bought those calligraphies from Aramis. It was, I'll tell you who made them, who was in charge of the process. It was it was Mo from Kajal. It was Mo from Kajal. And he did Warwick. And I had Warwick. And fuck me, what a fucking perfume that was. Incredible saffron. The saffron, that's probably the best saffron perfume I've ever smelled. Better than Persian Saffron by Zenyet? Probably yes, if I'm being honest. Yeah. Those Kajal are like, they're very good to be fair. Weirdly, I find a lot of soap in Enigma. Just a couple loads of oat moss and a lot of soap scent. No, there is a lot of soap in Enigma. No, Enigma is a very soapy scent. Yes, it is. It is a very soapy scent. Surgery Tones Low is another nice soapy scent. Aldehydic as heck. Santa Maria Melagrano is a nice soap. A lot of those Santa Maria novellas are nice. There's going to be a video coming out sometime soon when I eventually find where I have put the sample scent Genie very kindly sent me of the Santa Maria novellas, you know? So that's coming soon. Wait, left find a lot. Oh, sorry. Search returns low. Also, you sold the product to me and Varric. Yes, I remember that I sold you. I remember that I sold you the Warwick, but I forgot about the thing. If any of you aren't aware, Chekhov's Gundam has a fucking incredible perfume collection these days. It would be nice to see Rich Eugene Top 10 Aldehydes live stream. It's not likely to get that from me because I don't like aldehydes, to be honest. I don't like aldehydic fragrances. Galfar, what? Good night, fellas. Sorry, Galfar. And it's true, friends. 2 hours has come and gone. Ryan made an excellent point earlier on. Should do more of these live streams. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I've got the energy now. I feel a lot better than I was. For Christ, it's mad to think back. I felt fucking despicable. Like, I felt like I was dying. Really, really bad. Like, but I feel better now. Steroids. What a wonderful time to be alive. Anyway, that is it, friends. That is it from me. I'm finished. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for liking. Thank you for commenting. And no doubt I will see you all again soon. Good night.